Okay, let's see how to use this Photoshop interface. And to customize the interface, that means we can add these components according to our need. Uh, from this menu bar, go to window menu and you can see a list of options, and click on one or two options and you can see a kind of a panel will be appeared, and if you click on it again, then it will be hidden. And like that we can add components to our interface by using this window. And this component called toolbox, if it is not on your interface, then make sure that this option is selected. If it is deselected like this, you can see the toolbox and click on it. And if you can't see the option bar, probably this option is not selected. So to customize the interface, you can use this window options, click on them. And for your design, most of the time we have to use these two panels. First one is history, second one is layers. So already there, layers and history. You can arrange them by drag and drop method. Okay, let's start a new design and save it in PSD. To continue with our tools, go to file, new, then from here type a name as the file name. If you want to go select a preset, you can click on it here, international paper. Okay, I select A4. You can customize it by typing values here, and I'll change the resolution into 200, and I'll leave the color mode and other factors as it is. And let's keep the background content as white, then click on OK. Okay, before going further, let me save this file. It is a kind of good practice. Before starting anything, make sure that design is saved. Okay, type a file name and click on save. Okay, now you have a design. You can continue with the design. You have a canvas, you can continue with the design. Okay, now let's see now what are the contents available in this panels. Okay, let's check this one, layers panel. Now earlier it was blank, there were nothing. Now you can see a part called background has been added, and to this panel called history panel you can see something like this one, and also a logo, a new entry is added called new. Now here you can see a name. It is most probably your file name. Now here it is untitled one, and you can see a history entry called new. That means the step where you create the new design, and you can click on these steps. And if you click on if you using history panel, if you click on this file name, you will be at the very first step. That means if you are starting to design, then you will be at the blank canvas. And if you open a file, and if you click on after modifying something, if you click on this place, then you can see the original image. Okay, now let's see what are the tools. Now in this toolbox, this is the first tool. It's called move tool, and If you place the mouse pointer and wait for a bit, then you can see the uh, tooltip saying move tool, like this. And you can see within bracket letter V, that means the shortcut key is V. Now this act as the mouse pointer. That means uh, if you click on these tools, you can select that tool, then the mouse pointer will be changed according to the thumbnail of according to the tool. And if you want to change it to the default tool, it is better to go for this move tool, or press shortcut key V. And make sure sometimes if you are using this text tool, and to switch to this move tool, if you press V, sometimes you can see the letter V will be added to your design. So make sure that keep in mind when you are using these shortcut keys. And let's open some images. Okay. You can use this option, file open, or you can use another window. Okay, I have a set of images in this folder. Okay, you can like this, you can navigate to your set of images by using Windows Explorer. Okay, then click on an image, then drag onto the Photoshop interface. But when you're using this method, drag and drop method, make sure that you drop it onto this area, not here. If you drop it here, then image will be added onto your design as a separate layer or component in your design. And if you drop it here, then it will be opened as another another window, like this. And in this area you can see these tabs according to your file names. You can identify them. This is the design, and this is the image which I drop on this interface. Like that you can drop multiple images. Okay, I'll select the set of images and I'll drop it into this one. And okay, now you can see all the files which I drag and drop are in these separate tabs. You can see to select them, you have to click on this tab. Then now this is the now the active window. You can see it in bright color. They are in kind of a gray color. They are in active window. You can click on them to make it as an active window. Like that you can change the active window by clicking on this tab. And also if there are many files that does not fit or doesn't display all the set of tabs, and you can see them by here, click on it, then you can see the list. Now let's see, I want to go to my design canvas, this one, then click on here, click on this. Now I'm on that window. Okay. Now another image. Okay. Like that, from here you can select the window and you can work on it. Okay, then let's see how to use the tools in our design. First, there are several tool types. Here you can see them on this toolbox. You can see this kind of separator line. Okay. Now this is a set of tools that falls into a single category called selection tools. Now these are kind of filling tools. That means we use them for making a part, like drawing, a coloring, to fill something. And these are kind of drawing tools. To add the text, we have to use this one, text tool. And these are to handle the layers, to magnify it, and these two are to select a color, and these two are to change some modes. Okay, now let's see how to use these tools. The first tool is from this selection tool. Now we are using move tool. By using this tool, I told you that we can select a layer, and also this is acts like the default mouse pointer. And as the first selection tool, this one, it's called Marquee tool. Marquee tool has four modes. Okay. First one is rectangular marquee, elliptical marquee, and single row, single column. Now you can see in the label, there's a shape mentioned like rectangular and elliptical, single row, single column. Okay. Now rectangular means by using this, you can select an area in a shape of a rectangle. The size can be customized, or can be customized, or we can use the freehand method. Freehand means by using the mouse we can adjust the width and height or the size. First, select the tool and use it. Now before using a tool, we have to know the behavior of that tool. Okay. To use a tool, there are few techniques. First one is click. That means, this is the set of tools. After selecting a tool, we have to use it. When you're using the tool, we must have the knowledge how to use it. Now in a computer, to do something we have to click. Now in here, when you're using this tool, sometimes we have to click, select and click. And with some tools we have to click and drag. And with some tools you have to click, then release the click, then you can use the mouse to navigate a path. Like there's a selection tool acts like that. You have to mark the start point by a click, then you don't have to click and drag. You only have to move the mouse pointer, then come back to the starting point and click, then that whole area will be covered. Like that, to use a tool, sometimes we have to click, sometimes we have to click and drag, sometimes we have to click and move. Okay. uh, okay, with this marquee tool we have to use click and drag. That means first select the tool, rectangular marquee tool, then you can see a crosshair like this, then click and drag. While you're dragging, you can see a rectangular shape is marking. Okay. Now in this area, it is the area which is going to select, and after dragging you can release the clip, then you can see an area is marked. Now if you want to cancel the selection, you can use this option, select, deselect. There's a shortcut key, control D, or you can click outside of this selection area like this, then the selection will be cancelled. Okay, now how to select? Click and drag. Now like this. Okay, this is the freehand mode. You can change the width and height, okay, like this, and you can see a tooltip saying the width and height, and when you release the click, that particular area will be selected. And you can modify the place, I mean where the selection is, like this. Don't switch the tool, click on the middle anywhere inside the selection and move like this. By using this you can adjust the place, okay, like this. For some adjustments, sometimes you have to move the selection like this. Okay, and uh, also now this is the basic mode, that means the freehand mode. Okay, now let's see how to customize this tool with the help of these options. Okay, let me select an actual image. Okay, this one. Now let's make a selection. I made a selection. Okay, now I want to to move this selection area a little bit below like this. Okay, and to right, to left, like that. Now the area is selected. I'm doing some adjustments. Okay, okay. To cancel the selection, click anywhere outside the uh, selected area. And also you can see this history window. I can see the file name, open, rectangular marquee, move selection, deselect. These are the history entries or history log. And if I click on this, then it is the okay. With the customization, now the selection tool, and you can see this option bar, and you can see some icons like this, some text boxes to type values, and some options to select, and some list of options. Okay, now as the first option, this will be selected. It is called new selection. That means in every time you click, it will create a new selection like this. If you overlap a selection, okay, you can't overlap it. And every time it will start a new selection. Okay, then you can see this one, add to selection. That means by using this one you can expand the selection by adding some parts. Like, okay, I have a selection, then enable this one. Now you can do multiple selections. You can do overlapping selections like this. Now you can see this doesn't have a particular shape. It is a collection of rectangular shapes like this. You can expand the selection by adding some more rectangular parts. Okay, next one is subtract from selection. That means after creating a selection, if you want to uh, deselect a part where it has a shape of a rectangle, you can enable this option like this. Now I already have a selection, then click on here, then draw a part, but nothing happened because to omit something or subtract something, you have to use an existing selection. Okay, I'll draw a part inside this selection. Now you can see that particular part is removed or deselected. It is called subtract, like this. Now I can draw a rectangle right in the middle of this section. Now this particular part is not selected, only this part is selected. Okay, okay. Now with this one, let's say I'll use this option to explain about this history panel. Let's say if in a previous location we did something wrong, I want to undo it. You have undo options, edit, this undo, step forward, step backward, and also you can use this one. If you did something wrong in a step, just click on the previous step. Then likewise you can go backward step by step, or you can skip some steps like this. Okay, now the next one, intersection, intersect with selection. That means we can create two selections on top of each other or with an intersection. Only that particular intersection will be selected. Okay, now I already let me create a new selection. Okay, I have a selection. I'll enable this intersect option. Then I'll make another selection like this. Now you can see these are two selections. Only a part of is common. Okay, and after I select make the second selection, now you can see that particular intersection or the common part will be selected. For sometimes you can to make some special selections, you can use these options by to select it easily. And this option feather, we'll discuss it later. And let's see this one, I'll change the mode into normal, and this one style. And in style you can see three options. First one is normal, second one is fixed ratio, third one is fixed size. And if you're going to use this Marquee tool in freehand mode, that means if you want to customize the width and height like this, then make sure that style is in normal mode. Okay, and let's use this option, third option before the second one. Fixed size. Fixed size means size is fixed. To mention the size, you have to type the value in these two text boxes. You can see two text boxes. They are labeled with width and height. That means you have to type the width here, and you have the height value here. And as the value, you have to type it in using a number, and the size will be in pixels. And okay, like right here I will type 100, and here I'll type 150. Now I want to make a selection. It must be in size of 100 pixels and width of 100 pixels and height of 150 pixels. Now you don't have to draw the rectangle, you only have to click. Now that particular part is selected. Now the size of this part is 100 pixels in width and 115 height. Okay. And after typing these values, if you want to interchange these two, that means you want to insert this 150 as the width, 100 as the height, you can click this one. Then the values will be exchanged or switched. Then you can click to make the selection. Okay, Now the next option is fixed ratio. Fixed ratio means you can maintain a ratio with width and height. Now, what is the shape which has the width and height ratio 1 to 1? That means width and height is equal. It is called a square. Now, like that, you can type two values. If you want one, okay, let's say write 1. Then, if I using this fixed ratio option, again you have to draw the rectangle. Now, that particular drawing rectangle has that ratio width and height are equal. Okay, I'll change it into height into zero point 0.5. Okay, I'll draw it. Now it is a rectangle. Okay, okay, okay. Similar to this, width is 2, height is 1. The same ratio. Okay. Then you can change the position like that. By using this fixed ratio, we can include the ratio. It doesn't matter like 150, 100, like that. You don't have to worry about simplifying these values. Just type the value and draw the rectangle. Okay, after selecting a part of an image, now you can do some things like simply you can delete this part by pressing delete option. Then click on OK. Then that particular part will be erased. Give it a time. Oh, sorry, wrong option. Okay, delete. I have to change the okay, like this. Previously selected option. We'll discuss it in future lectures. Like this, you can delete that part, and you can use this part in your design. Like you can copy this part onto your design by using this option: edit, copy, edit, cut. Okay, and also you can use shortcut keys Control C, then go to the design tab, then Control V to paste it. Now I have now you can see the layers panel. Earlier with my design only this background layer was there. Now I have layer 1, the new layer which has the component which I selected from that image. Then to move it, let's say after pasting, you can see it here. I want to move that part. For that you have to use this move tool. Select the tool, then move it. If that particular layer you want to move is not affected by this, then probably you haven't selected that layer. Now if I now let's say now I want to move this layer. Now in this layer panel, this background layer is selected. Now if I click and drag, it will get a message like this. That means I can't move that image background. If I want to move this layer, first of all I have to select it, layer 1, then click and drag. If you want to delete it, delete it. If you want to undo it, go to the history menu, click on the previous step. Now again you can see the component. Like that, you can use this move tool to make selection in an image you want. Okay, okay, I'll use these other options. We were using rectangular marquee tool. Okay, this one elliptical marquee tool. By using that one, we can make a selection of a shape of a shape of an ellipse. That means kind of a circle. like this. What you have to do to draw a circle? For that, simply you can use this option. While you are drawing this circle, press down the shift key, then it will draw a perfect circle. Otherwise the circle will be like this. It is not a circle, it is called ellipse. And if you want to draw a perfect circle like this, you can use the press you can press the shift key while drawing the circle. And also you can use this option, fixed ratio, and type 1 to 1, then draw the circle. Okay, like that. How do you draw uh, a square? You can also use this shift option. Now it is in rectangular marquee mode. Press down the shift key and change it into normal, then draw while pressing the shift key. Now it is a perfect square with an height ratio is 1 to 1. Okay, we'll discuss this single row and single column in the use of these two options in future lectures, but let's see how to apply them. Select the option single row marquee. That means after selecting that, click on the image. Now you can see there's a selection. Now since it is a row, it has the width of this image and the height is a single pixel. We can use this method to create some patterns. Likewise, if you use single column and click on it, now you can see the height is as the height of this image, the width is a single pixel. Okay, like that. By using these two tools, rectangular, elliptical, you can select a part of an image and you can delete it if you are using this image. Also, most of the time we are using these to uh, make a selection and use it in our design. So for that, you can copy this part and go to your design and Control V to paste. Now you can see in my design I have two layers. If I want to move this layer, I have to first select this layer 1, then move it. If I want to move this layer, it is labeled as layer 2. Click on it, select it, and move it like this. Okay. And also by using this one, you can arrange the layers. Let's say I want to move the layer uh, to behind or the below the layer 1. Click on that layer, drag and drop here. Now layer 1 is on top, layer 2 is at the bottom. Okay, let's see in future lectures about other tools later.